Okay, at this time, I would like to introduce Ms. Vickie Brahm, please.
Testing, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Well, my name is Vickie Brahm. For those of you that don't know me, I am the acting director at the Tomah VA right now. I've been there since about exactly October 4th. I want to thank you so much. I'm actually really excited to be here because I see a lot of really friendly faces and people that have helped me along the way. As you know, Tomah's had a few challenges over the last couple of years and of present. So I thank you so much. I am a dedicated nurse of Veterans Affairs for over 35 years. I came here because I have 6 brothers and a father who are all veterans of Air Force and Army nature. So I am all about it, and it was my way to serve as a very young student nurse in the Milwaukee VA in spinal cord injury, and then moving through critical care, and my first 25 years being with Milwaukee VA, and then moving into the VISN office in Chicago as chief nurse and quality management officer, and then many opportunities in between that, and now another opportunity as the acting director of the Tomah VA. We do get in the news here and there. Lately, it's getting a little better, and I'm here to dispel the gossip. One of the first things that I did when I went to the Tomah VA is continued some of the work that John Rohr had started with his 30-day plan. We launched into a 100-day plan because we needed to see some visible wins. We had a staff that was very demoralized, very hurt, very traumatized from the events of the past couple of years, especially in the areas of opioid abuse, and some of the staff that had been terminated, moved, all sorts of traumatizing things. We decided that we were going to have a culture of transparency, we were going to be visible, we were going to dispel rumors, we were going to start over foundationally. We redid our policies, redid our committee structures, redid our organization. And I'm here to say today is a better day. We had a field hearing. I spent quite a bit of time with the Deputy Secretary of Veterans Affairs last week, and I can tell you that I have never felt so supported in my career by the veteran service organizations, by the senior leadership in the VA, by the secretary, and by the staff. This is a new day. I see it. We see employee satisfaction increasing. We see our veteran satisfaction. Some of the satisfaction rates are consistently above 97% satisfied with our care. I see about 50 veterans a quarter. I have an open office, and they come in and tell me what's working, what's not. We have asked veterans and veterans' families to be in our committees and councils and help us learn what we need to do better. And I can tell you that there are a few things I'd like to brag about because the staff has worked really, really hard to bring Tomah out of the depth of darkness where it was up to where we are today. One thing we have done is open a brand new building, 455. It's a recreation center. It has a sound system, a stage, all sorts of, it has a little coffee cafe, an internet cafe. It's a beautiful building. We've had many, many seminars and ceremonies there. One of the most recent is the Vietnam commemoration. We are a partner in that endeavor. I wish to thank all of you, Vietnam or whatever era you were in, for your service, because that's why I'm here, that's why the VA is here, and I thank you for letting us serve you, and I thank you for your service. And in a payback, you know, if you have not, if you were a Vietnam veteran and have not received a lapel pin, I can tell you we have hundreds of them at Tomah, and we would be happy to send one to you. So make sure you get one of those commemorative pins. We would send it to you or stop by my office. We'd be happy to give those to you. Another thing we've been able to do is on September 15th to the 19th, we were able to negotiate and have the Vietnam Wall to be at the Tomah VA, and that will be in front of our gym on the main campus for a week. And I know we have many, many excited veterans. We have a veteran, Mr. Harold Welsh, that was there, one of our American Indian veterans that has been absolutely incredible in helping us to achieve that. So we're very excited. I guess the last time the wall was here, it drove past and never stopped. So he was not going to rest until that wall came onto the grounds. we're happy. I wish we could say the golf course was open, but it's not yet. So if you have any connections, we're still really, really trying to open that. We did have a Senate field hearing. Chairman Senator Johnson's Homeland Security Governmental Affairs Committee did hold a field hearing in Tomah last week. The Deputy Secretary was in attendance, as well as many others. It really rehashed a lot of what we already knew. They released their investigative report. It's on their SharePoint. Many issues were brought up. The VA owns many issues. We've owned them from the beginning, and we've made many improvements. Some of those improvements in care have to do with emergency care. We've done an in-depth training with all of our clinicians in how to respond to emergencies in the first 5 crucial minutes. Milwaukee VA supported us in that endeavor, and we have continued it with simulation exercises and mock codes. Happy to say that we respond. The response rate to our codes is extremely quick. Under 20 seconds, CPR started, and it's done accurately and professionally with good outcomes in most instances. So we are really, really moving up in that endeavor. We have also started and have 118 veteran graduates from our Payne University. If you haven't heard about that, we are preparing a vignette, and the Deputy Secretary would like it to be a best practice across the VA. It's like going back to high school or college. You enroll in the Payne University, which offers different ways to manage your pain, not narcotics. So there's acupuncture and yoga. We're working on equine therapy, aquatic therapy, healing touch, aromatherapy, all of those kinds of things. You take a course, Pain 101, you take Pain 102, it's like getting through your statistics course in college, and then you can pick extracurricular activities, all of those kinds of extracurricular activities until you come up with a plan that really helps you to manage your pain. We are getting very, very high grades from our veteran attendees. So that has helped us to reduce opioid rates. We now have only 9% of our veterans that are actually on high doses of opioids, which is less than the national average. This is a huge accomplishment in a short time for the Tomah VA. So I'm really proud of all the work they've been doing. We also have really, really good news that we just released last week. We will be reopening our acute mental health psychiatric unit, which is huge. There is an open house on June 27th. We've made many improvements, cameras, new mattresses, which may not sound like a big deal, but it is when you're laying on them. Some of the fixtures in the bathrooms. It's a nicer looking unit. It's very hard to make inpatient psychiatric units look nice and still be safe. So it really is a nicer looking unit. So we're welcoming people June 27th to see the unit if they haven't, and then July 5th will be the opening. This is really near and dear to my heart because we have very many mentally ill veterans that need help. We have been a source for those veterans that have been chaptered or need a place to go, and since the closure of the unit, they have been dispersed around the area. They may not stay close to their home anymore. Treatment plans tend to get fragmented as people go back and forth with providers that they don't know. So this is very important that we keep our veterans and consistently keep them in a place where they feel comfortable and they can work through their issues. So this is a very big accomplishment, and we're very pleased that we were able to recruit the people that we needed to do. Although we've been successful in recruiting psychiatrists, we still have a need for providers. I did urge our congressional liaisons, as well as the media, whenever I get a chance, to start to focus on the positive things that are happening, because we have to move forward. If we continue to constantly have the negative media, it is very hard to recruit people to want to work in the VA. So that's where your support is greatly appreciated too. I would echo what the Secretary said and Dr. Erdman. Please don't believe everything you read. Just because it's on the internet doesn't make it true. So we have been really attempting to be transparent, to be open for interviews, to be handling gossip every week. I put out to all employees, any gossip, let me answer it. So I put out an all-employee email, and I've had some strange gossip, you wouldn't believe it. We were able to do a memorandum of understanding. We were able to work with the American Indians and in our area to do some improvements in healthcare. And one of the employees heard that we were turning into a casino. So that gossip spread like wildfire. I can't believe it. I mean, I just can't believe where the gossip comes from. So that's been very effective. I try and monthly stand up in front of all the employees. An average of 280 employees show up at every month's town hall, and we say, what's up there, what are you hearing? Because it's you know, like someone before me said, you can't make this stuff up. If you don't address it, people will make stuff up. So you just really have to keep out there. So if there are things that you're wondering about, or things that look bad, or things that concern you, I would urge you to contact us and let us help to clarify. And if it's true, and we'll deal with it, we'll own it. But if it's not, you know, we would hope that we could start to spread some of this good stuff. And I'm trying very hard to get the media to be interested in the positive instead of all the negative that is history. With access, Dr. Urban is correct. That is one of our #1 concerns. And I am proud to say that the Tomah VA has consistently been one of the top VAs in the VA nation in access. Yeah, you can get into mental health in less than 2 days, you can get into primary care in less than 4 days, and you can get into any specialty care in less than 6. You know, unfortunately, we don't provide all the specialty care, so then, you know, we'll have to refer, we do refer quite a bit out to choice. But our mainstay is long-term care, acute mental health. We do have some acute medical care, but if it's intensive, requiring intensive care or highly specialized, we do have to use choice, or our partners in Madison and Milwaukee. Another good thing is that the Tomah VA actually is in the top 10% as a hospital that does not, our veterans do not, how do I say it? We're very low in hospital-acquired infections. We're one of the lowest VAs, so we're very high in the ranking for that. So that's a huge thing in terms of methicillin-resistant staph and those type of infections. We have a very low rate of that. And then the other thing I wanted to make sure that you knew was about the opioid safety initiatives that we've taken up. Besides the Pain University, we put many things in place to monitor the combinations of drugs that our veterans receive, to monitor when those veterans are on opioids or benzodiazepines, because some veterans do need that. I mean, just because they're dangerous doesn't mean there's never a need for a pain pill. But when we have our veterans on them, we have contracts, urine screens, interdisciplinary groups that oversight them, and case managers. So we are being very diligent about using caution and doing the right thing. So I can only assure you that we are really trying, and we have come a long way, baby. So I'm asking for your support in helping us spread good news, and I'm thanking you for what you've done already. You guys have been tremendous. It's amazing that I've only been here since October 4th, and how many people I already know and feel supported by. So thank you again.
Well, just like you said, you know, the DAV has a very heavy presence in the Tomah VA, so don't be afraid to ask for our help. We have one of our district commanders, Kurt Jabot, that works, volunteers on a regular basis, make sure the DAV is on the same page as you are. Right? Thank you very much.